Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone is doing well. We are reporting live from Budapest, Hungary. Guys, I managed to pack after yesterday's review ASAP. I literally had 2 hours to pack. Managed to pack, made it to the airport, got on the flight, currently in Budapest, and we have our camera equipment so that we can still continue doing these Love Island reviews. Okay? So please don't ever say I don't love you, because I love you guys deep, honestly. And even before we get into today's review, I need to give a huge shout out to Athena and Tiffany. Guys, Athena and Tiffany watched my reviews and told me why they were on my flight. Okay, so a huge shout out to Athena and Tiffany. You guys literally made my day. But yeah guys, a lot for us to discuss, unpick and unpack. So as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. We love having you here. I mean, also love a cheeky little chinwag. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SoDestinyX. And number three, please get cozy, comfy, lovely drink, some snacks, and let's get into today's review. So let us start off with Casa Amor. You guys know Casa Amor is still going on, even though, small disclaimer, but not a disclaimer because it was revealed at the end, the recoupling is going to be tomorrow, which is really soon. I feel like Casa Amor just started 2 seconds ago. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. So Lucy and Tommy having a conversation. Guys, I don't know. Let me know if you see it, if you don't. I don't know if I'm feeling or if I can see Lucy and Tommy. I feel like Tommy is just having fun. It's interesting to see his personality come out a lot more, because with Emily, guys, you guys know me well. It's given snooze fest. I don't really see the connection with Emily. Emily also herself is low-key in Delulu land, because the conversations that she's having in the main villa compared to the combos that Tommy's having with Lucy are very different. But please do let me know, because I don't know if I feel like Tommy and Lucy suit. I feel like he seems like he's just having fun, and of course they were kissing and getting to know each other throughout the episode, but that's just the vibe that I get. So please let me know down below if you agree or you disagree. Next, moving on to Rio speaking to Harry. Guys, y'all already know how I feel about Harry, right? Rio, beautiful blue eyes, shout out to her eyes, really cool. Shout out to her eyes. I don't know what I'm saying, but gorgeous blue eyes. I don't see the connection between anyone and Harry, first and foremost there, but I don't know, I feel like Harry likes to lead sexually when he speaks to girls, and I think that's just why it's just a big turn off for me. And I think that's why I really do like Emma, aka his ex, because she was very blunt and direct with him, like, yeah, you're moving very insane, because even like they were talking and she was saying, oh, she's never done the big O, or this on this, then she's touching his hands and then they're looking into each other's eyes and stuff like that. I don't know, I don't feel like anyone should be taking Harry seriously. And that's the vibe that I've gotten since the season started, if I'm going to be honest with you. Next, moving on to Tommy and Yaz. I'm not going to hold you guys. Not Tommy and Yaz, sorry. Giorgio Armani. Giorgio Armani is literally one of my favorite guys in the villa. I think he's respectful. I think he's nice. He seems to be quite friendly. He is the only 30-year-old there who seems to be very, you know, well-grounded, because he's Paddy, who is also 30, is doing the complete opposite. But I actually do like them together. And if that is Yaz's way to get into the villa, then so be it. Because even with the small conversations that we've gotten to get to know her for, and also by, she seems like a really nice girl. So Giorgio Armani and Yaz, I'm here for it. Harrison talking to Lauren, saying that he feels like he's made his decision and he feels like that's the best kiss that he's ever had. Goes back to everything that I said in yesterday's review, i.e. that I don't actually feel like Harrison has ever been attracted to Tony. Yeah, and it's I know the recoupling is coming tomorrow, but it's 100% given that Harrison is definitely going to be recoupling with his Lauren, who I don't feel like is, you know, I don't know if I'm wowed, if I'm going to be honest. And I'm not talking about looks and anything. I just feel like in terms of personality, like I just feel like it's given, I'm not seeing much from her. It's given kind of bland. I don't know. But Harrison is 100% attracted to her a lot more than Tony. And for that reason, I do think he is going to bring her back to the main villa. Also at the main villa, we know that Tony was talking to Cash. And first things first, the shoe. Tony's shoes were actually making me scream in today's episode, because it was given wedge, but also given fabric. I don't know what it was, but sis, whatever fits you and whatever you're comfortable in. Cash also, I wrote here as well, he's a lot more, what am I saying? He is more better looking in person compared to the Love Island pictures. But you know, the photographer doesn't be, the photographer for Love Island don't really be giving people justice sometimes, but he definitely looks a lot more better on screen. And they had a good chat. You guys know throughout the episode as well, they ended up also sharing a kiss. And you know what, I'm actually here for it, because Harrison has been moving mad. I would hate for Tony to be standing there like bread. Cash is also playing it very smart as well. He's obviously going for a girl who 100% wants to move on. And I like it for Tony. I can't lie. I'm here for them together. I ain't gonna hold you. Next, moving on to Meg speaking to Martin. talking about her type is tall, dark, and handsome, and all that stuff. You guys already know, number one, how I feel about the tall, dark, and handsome comments. But in this case, Meg's tall, dark, and handsome might actually mean my tall, dark, and handsome. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, we did get some screen time with Meg and Martin in today's episode. All I'm going to say is Martin shouldn't unpack. Meg is 100% not recoupling up with him. I feel like he doesn't have Riz as well, and I did mention this in my last episode as well. He comes across, maybe he's quite shy, but he comes across as being quite shy and quite timid and somewhat quite awkward when he flirts with the girls. But that's just the vibe that I'm getting anyway. Back at the main villa again, once again, Shakira was talking about Tony. Shakira was talking about Tony. Oh yeah, Shakira was talking to Tony and talking about the fact that Helena, you know, also likes Ty as well. And Tony was just like, are you surprised? He is 23, you know, throwing shade because Harrison is 22 and Helena is 29 and all that good stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously Helena now ended up, and this is something that we constantly saw throughout the episode as well. Helena kept coming to take Ty away from Shakira whenever Shakira was talking to Ty. And I have already said this before and I'll say it again anyway. I genuinely feel like Helena seems to have quite an interesting, is obsession the word? Yeah, I'm going to say it. I feel like Helena has quite an interesting obsession with Shakira. From sharing her bikinis to, oh, it seems like me and Shakira have the same type of men. No, it's giving you want what I want. Yeah. That's exactly what it's giving, and it's giving scary. Yeah, jump scare for real, because every time Shakira was talking to Ty in today's episode, Helena was like, oh, I'm going to pull him. And that's another thing about her friends. Her friends don't check them. And I think that's the issue that I have with the Helena, Meg, and Emily trio compared to the other girls in the villa. You guys don't check your friend when she's moving back. This is a sign of an illness, okay? This is not okay. Like, she's talking to another guy, and then after Shakira, I'm moving on to tomorrow's episode, but I'll get into it back anyway. Even after Shakira took Ty back, she now went over to them like, oh yeah, she took him back after she saw me talking to him. Yeah. And your friends are saying, oh my gosh, are you being serious? Yeah, I am being serious, because you encouraged her to do the same thing. So that's another thing as well. They don't be checking for her friends. And I find it quite weird, because you keep saying, oh yeah, me and Shakira have the same type of men. I don't think you do. I think you like what she likes. Okay. Next, moving on to Ben talking to Andrada that she is his priority. I'm going to get into them later anyway, because there's another conversation that takes place, especially with Dejon. And Dejon, you wait there. Since Dejon moved my Billykiss, since that episode, I swear, it's giving like I'm going to tear his singlet every single episode. Okay. At night time, Dejon ended up sleeping outside again, and the rest were literally lip-sync all night. You know, let me get into my Dejon comments now. I don't need to wait to the end of this review. Dejon is playing a very interesting game. He is 100% interested in Andrada, but he doesn't want to deal with the blunt of his Meg acting out at the fact that he brought another girl home, or another girl to the main villa. He keeps saying things like, oh, yeah, you're my type. You're the best one I've had in here. I'm really attracted to you, blah, blah, blah. And even at the end of the episode was like to her, oh, I really hope you make it into the main villa, because I really want to get to know you. Which insinuates that, yes, you want Ben to pick Andrada because you don't want to deal with the blunt of dealing with Meg and her shouting and her minions and everyone just talking, but also too because you still want to get to know her, but you don't want to have to deal with the consequences that comes from that decision. Dejon, we've clocked you. We've clocked you, boo. You ain't slick. You ain't slick. Cool. Let's move on quickly to the following day. Starting off with Helena, Emily, and Meg once again talking. You know, Meg saying that, oh, I don't really know D. He says my Meg, and all the girls are like, yeah, like he's been saying, he's been calling you my Meg since the get-go. That's a bit weird. Blah blah blah. Like at the end of the day, is he trying to close things off without closing things off? All of these different things. It goes back to what I said yesterday, that 1 + 2 = 3 is clocking for you guys too late, because we recognized and we realized this before, especially when you would voice your opinions or your emotions to Dejon. I was about to call him D. you will voice your opinions and your emotions to him, and he will instantly shut it down, or he will try and change the subject. So very interesting that now that he's no longer in the villa, all of this is starting to make sense for you. But what goes around comes around. I don't know why I'm singing that, but whatever. Cool. But yeah, that's another thing that she said, that she feels like they haven't really progressed in 2 weeks, which is quite interesting, because you've been screaming to everyone that you guys are the strongest couple here. Interesting. Of course, Emily said that she also has no urge to get to know the other guys. Babe, that is a choice. Okay, that is a choice. Now let us move on to Shakira. No, I didn't need to speak about Shakira pulling Ty Ty for a chat, because I kind of already spoke about that before. But once again, Shakira's pulling Ty, Helena now coming to pull Ty again, and then Shakira pulling him back. So it was just a lot of back and forth, and it's given literally you want what I want, which I find quite interesting, because even when Tony and Shakira were speaking after, and I actually do really love their friendship, you can tell that they are literally besties in that villa. I think Shakira was like, you know, she keeps going, why is she going for Ty? She likes Harry. I thought the connection was undeniable, and then Shakira, and then Tony was like, yeah, the connection was denied. Okay, that connection been denied. Of course, moving on to, I guess, Cash and Tony, once again, they had a kiss, a good conversation. I do love the fact that Tony did say that she's done a complete 180, because my cousin even voiced this as well. A lot of the time, these islanders are like, oh yeah, I've done a 360. I hope you know a 360 means that you're back to square one. Yeah, so I'm glad that her head has actually turned, and that she's actually going for someone who seems to be genuinely interested in her. Now, let's move on to Meg once again talking to Emily about how Dejon, you know, how he does so many sweet things for me, how, you know, he fills up my water bottle. When she said that, I said, hey, the bar is low. But then again, let me not say that, because acts of service is actually quite a nice thing. And for some people, filling up the water bottle is a really big deal. And I just want to appreciate you for making my life easier so that I had a bottle of water. So you know what? I won't knock it too tough. But of course, they were speaking about how much the situation with Dejon is really playing on her mind. And we also know later on in the episode, Meg was so overwhelmed with the emotions that she actually ended up crying. So really interesting to see how that is going to play out in tomorrow's recoupling. Even though Dejon is not recoupling and Meg isn't recoupling, but I think the secret is going to come out that he was interested in getting to know Andrada. We've seen the script before, no one should be surprised. Now let's move on to Yaz talking to Jamie, TTTTT. They shared a little kiss. One thing I love about Yaz is even in kissing, she doesn't lose her posture. Okay, her back is still as straight as a ruler. And I love that. Next, moving on to Boris and my Billykiss. Guys, I won't even lie. Firstly, jump scare, only because where's Billykiss been? Because I haven't even seen my good sis on the screen. But Boris, I actually am warming up to him quite a bit. I can't lie. I warmed up to him quite a bit. They went on the terrace and, you know, had a conversation, and then also ended up sharing a kiss. Yeah, I was just taken aback. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But you know what? Any screen time is good screen time at this stage. So Boris, if you're going to go for Billykiss, then bro, know what you're doing. Yeah, know what you're doing. Next, moving on to anything else. I guess I can quickly talk about Tommy and Lucy once again having another conversation. You know, she, I think she was speaking about ICT, and he thought that she said iced tea instead of ICT, the actual ICT subject. Long story, but it was just given. A lot of these guys are quite interesting, that's what I'll say. Moving on to Andrada and Ben. Like I said, I do like them together. I do feel like Andrada has played it very safe and played it very smart, going for a guy who 100% needs to couple up with someone else to get back into the main villa. But yeah, good conversations from Ben. We're actually starting to hear him speak a bit more, and I quite like that. Okay, I quite like that. Of course, I've already spoken about the Dejon situation, hoping that what's it called, Andrada comes back into the main villa. Once again, we've clocked you. You're hoping she comes back into the main villa because you want to get to know her, but you don't want to pick her because you know it's going to come with a lot of mess. You're not slick, and we've seen the script before. Now, at night time, once again, we know Shakira and Ty ended up kissing, and just after they kiss, who comes walking up? Oh, Ty, do you want to go for a chat? Yeah, Helena. Helena came asking Ty to go for a chat. Honestly, it was just given, go away. Just go away. Go away. But even Ty ended up letting her know that, yeah, me and Shakira did kiss. And I think she deeped it like, oh, okay. Oh, all right, then you kissed. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Wrap it up, please. It's actually okay. Cash and Tony talking once again. They even had a mini handshake and they made a kiss. So guess whose spot is secured in the villa? Cash. And I love that because Tony deserves it better. Next, moving on to Meg talking to Martin on the terrace. I really have nothing to say. Okay, they did decide to share the same bed together that night, but honestly, Martin shouldn't unpack, and I feel like they gave him some screen time today because the recoupling is tomorrow, and Meg is not recoupling with that guy. At night time, nothing to discuss other than the fact that Dejon ended up patting Andrada's back, as in bum. Obviously that's not a big deal to him because obviously I didn't squeeze it, did I? But yeah, it's once again just given that he's playing a game, and unfortunately for him, we have 100% clocked his script. And also Shakira and Ty, the conversation came out again in the main villa changing room just as I was getting ready for bed. And you know, Helen was just like, don't worry girl, Ty is all yours, don't worry, I'm not gonna take him. Guys, that girl is odd, and I'm not going to stop. I've actually been saying that since this season started. I love it when I am proven right. She's very interesting. And that's what I'm going to say. Of course, at night time, there was a lot of action going on in the beds. Okay, I'm not going to hold you. There was a lot going on. I actually didn't even bother to write anything down whatsoever. A lot of action was going on. And as you know, tomorrow night, there is going to be a recoupling. Once again, I feel like this recoupling is actually coming quite early. Casa Amor feels like it started almost like 2 seconds ago. But there is going to be a recoupling. In all honesty, Dejon is not going to recouple. Harry, I'm not sure. I know that Harry and Ree have like sexual chemistry and tension, but I'm not sure if he's going to recouple up with her. Dejon isn't recoupling. I'm not sure. Emily's not recoupling. Meg is not recoupling. I feel like everyone else is. I'm just trying to, and Helena's not recoupling because she doesn't have an option. No shade. That genuinely is no shade. I mean that she actually doesn't have someone that she can pick in the villa. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on tonight's episode. As always, let me know down below how you found tonight's episode as well. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. We love having you here. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. But other than that, I thank you guys so much for watching, for your love and for your support. We are reporting live from Budapest, so please don't worry. We are still going to get reviews out every day. I'm not sure how the upload speed for the Wi-Fi is going to be after I edit this video, but hopefully it is okay and my reviews don't come out too late and we're still roughly on the same time schedule that we usually have, because we are an hour ahead. So currently right now it is 11:45, which means when this video is not going to go live till probably 1:45, but then 11:45 for you guys, which means we're still on the schedule, so that's all good. But yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. Take care, have a lovely night, speak to you soon, and yeah, we'll chat tomorrow. Bye.